August 28, 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. delivered a revolutionary speech on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, which altered history forever. Dr. King urged for the people to change their country and become activists for all citizens of the nation. This speech was inscribed in the history books to be the example for the rest of the world and generations yet to come. Now, that speech's influence is being drawn upon yet again for the citizens of Egypt. Today we have JSA members, Ali Waris, Talha Nawaz, Fariz Rizvi, to provide us information and insight on the Egyptian Revolution.
How did the political uprisings in the Middle East begin?
Well, the political uprisings took shape in Tunisia. A man by the name of Mohamed Bouazizi, a computer science graduate from Tunisia, couldn't find work in the diminishing economy. So to support his family and to create a livelihood, he would sell fruits and vegetables off a cart. After multiple times the police took possession of his livelihood, his work, his living, he lit himself on fire to demonstrate to the Tunisian government for their lack of effort to help support the Tunisian people in the times of crisis and bad economy. This event alone set off a chain reaction of political uprisings all over Middle East, including in Jordan and Syria, but most importantly and most significantly in Egypt.
What were some of the events that have led up to the revolution?
Egypt has been led by President Mubarak for the past 40 years, 30 of which have been consumed by political corruption and political instability. Well, over the course of his term, the economy has slowly diminished, and there have been numerous grain shortages. On top of that, he had set his son as the sole heir to the presidency. All these events led the Egyptian people to set off and aggressively protest against the government.
So, what are some of the major events that have occurred?
Well, the rioting occurred when protesters took to the streets on January 25th, the Day of Anger, or in Arabic, Yom al-Ghadab, when they all assembled in Cairo, Suez, and Alexandria, with the largest group being in Tahrir Square in Cairo, with about 15,000 protesters. The day after that, which was January 26th, was another day of intense rioting where one policeman and one protester was killed, with increasing violence by both sides. On the 28th of January, which was Friday, the Friday of Anger, or Jum'at al-Ghadab, was a day when there was more intense rioting and more violence by both sides of the party.
And on February 1st, millions marched from Cairo's town square called Tahrir, and they went over to the presidential palace where they also continued to riot. After that, on February 4th, after the departure from Jum'at al-Rahil, which is also known as the departure from Friday, they continued to protest and ask for Mubarak to step down from his power. Later on February 6th, that's when the Sunday of Martyrs continued, which there was excessive protesting and more violence increased.
What do you propose the solution should be?
Well, in Egypt, as well as the whole Middle East, the economy first has to be corrected. Once the economy is corrected and fixed and is stable, we can carry on to make a new democratic government in all of Egypt that can work together to keep their economy stable over the next few years and over the next period of time. If the economy is not stable, we will continuously have political uprisings and aggressiveness and corruption in the Middle East. So once the economy is set, once the people are happy, we will be able to have a more happier Middle East.
Thank you for your time.